Well, it's hard to say if this is a comedy or a horror story. Chapter 7. Okay kids, horror trip time. A true test for the true believer, for the bloody horror story is truly unbelievable. Verse 1. The Lord replied to Moses, "See, I place you in the role of God to Pharaoh." Verse 2. You shall repeat all that I command you. End quote. Aaron has to do the talking. The Lord tells them that the Pharaoh won't listen, and that's how the Lord wants it, for he is itching for a bloodbath. Verse 4, when Pharaoh does not heed you, I will lay my hand upon Egypt and deliver my rank, my people, the Israelites, from the land of Egypt with extraordinary chastisement. End quote. They went to the Pharaoh again and did tricks with their rods. And the snakes ate the snakes of the Pharaoh's magicians. Snakes, but still he was not impressed. I think it is too early to suggest an underlying pornographic nature to the Torah, so we'll skip to the next morning. Moses and Aaron drop in on the Pharaoh as he is going to the river. Verse 20, he lifted up the rod and struck the water in the Nile in the sight of the Pharaoh and his courtiers. And all the water in the Nile was turned into blood, and all the fish died. End quote. That's nice, yeah. Still, verse 21, blood throughout the land of Egypt. But when the Egyptian magicians did the same with their spells, hold on, how does that work? Everything is blood, so what is left to turn into blood in this holy horror story? The Pharaoh wasn't impressed. So a week later, Moses and Aaron went back to the Pharaoh. Verse 27, if you refuse to let them go, then I will plague your whole country with frogs. Boy, now there's no way to take this literally. It's just simply not possible. So we are forced to interpret the story. And I think turning everything, all the water into blood, that's just not very likely. Now there's people who will say, well, God can do anything. Well, God must be a raving madman, for he does a lot of really weird shit. I don't know, I don't think we're going to talk about that one much. It's pretty obvious. Blood. God loves drowning people and making the place full of blood. You guys worship a great God.